Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. Super random, it's 12 o'clock in the midnight, and I get this notification saying that I just reached 3,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. I'm super happy. It's a very small milestone, but it's a milestone, and every milestone counts. I just want to take this moment to say thank you to each and everyone who has been part of this journey. It has not just helped me to grow my skills, but it has also helped me a lot to meet new people and also develop myself, improve myself in so many different aspects. So it's been an amazing journey so far, but it's just the beginning. It's gonna grow more, and the game is gonna get stronger. The content is gonna get much better. And yes, let's get started, guys. I said it before and I'm going to say it again. Thank you so much for all your support, and thank you for being part of this journey. And in order to celebrate this small milestone, I actually bought myself a small gift. So I got myself this beautiful Hot Wheels. It's a McLaren P1. It's completely matte black, and it's part of the Hot Wheels exotic collection. Looks really good, and it's a small gift that I got myself to celebrate this 3000 milestone. And also, always remember, you're never too old for a Hot Wheels. Anyways, so normally I get a lot of questions related to academics or automobiles or the stuff that I use to make these kind of videos, like the camera gears, the softwares, etc, etc. And most of the time I try to reply them as soon as possible, but sometimes these questions just get lost because there's so many questions coming in. It's really difficult to keep track of them while you're studying, working, and at the same time making videos. So this time I thought, you know what, I'm gonna collect all the questions and sit down, dedicate some time for this, and make a separate Q&A video for you guys. So I did receive few questions from you guys, and some of them are really interesting, so let's get right into it. Okay, so the first question is from Vinayak, and he asks, if you were offered a perfect job in a core company post-bachelor's, would you still have opted for MIM? It's actually a very nice question, and probably at this point I would say yes, because earlier I used to think that I want to complete my education at a stretch. I did not want to take a gap in between my bachelor's and master's. I wanted to complete it in one stretch. But now, after coming here, I realized that in Europe people value experience a lot. So if you have even 1 or 2 years of experience in a good company, that proves to be very valuable in terms of applying for new jobs or even searching for internships for that matter. If you're a fresher, then it's a bit challenging. It's possible, but it's a bit challenging. But if you have experience, then it becomes slightly easier. So I think if I had the ability to travel time and see this scenario here, maybe I would have opted to work in a company for a few years, provided it was a good company and provided it fit my requirements and my career goals. The next question is from Gayatri, and she asks, how did you get the interest in making videos, and what were your feelings while uploading your first YouTube video? Okay, it's been a very long journey, to be honest. I think I started making videos back in 2014. I started messing around with this free software called Windows Movie Maker. It's one of the most basic softwares that you can find, but it has like a lot of potential. Okay, it's basic, but you can still, it's a good tool for learning. So that software kind of intrigued me, and I wanted to learn how to use that software. So I started doing some basic edits, like putting 2 video clips together, cutting the video in the middle. I used to do basic stuff like this, and that really kind of kindled an interest in me. It was like a blank canvas for me, and once I realized the potential of what I could do with that software, it just opened up a new dimension. I was like, okay, so I can do this. So if I do this kind of video, I can probably get this kind of output. And it just made me so much interested, and one thing led to another, and eventually I started learning a bit more advanced softwares, and yeah, that's how it all started. What were your feelings while uploading your first YouTube? Well, I think I was very realistic, and I did not have any sort of expectation. My point was that I was making some really good videos and I wanted a platform on which I could share these videos with others. That was the only intention. And I still remember, I think the first video that I posted, it received very less views. I think it had like maybe 10 views, 15 views, and it didn't really bother me. And I think even at this point, the views doesn't really bother me. It's the messages that I get after people watch my videos. Like, you know, sometimes some of my videos I put in a lot of time and effort to edit them, but somehow the algorithm doesn't push it forward and it does not get a lot of views. And those kind of videos will be having, I don't know, maybe like 200 views or something. But even then I'll be getting messages from some random people sometimes, and they'll be saying, your content was so good, it helped me so much, it was really nice, I like this, I like that. And that makes my day, you know. In the end of the day, that's what matters for me. The views doesn't really matter and I don't really care about it. Okay, so the next question is from Alan Matthew, and he asks, will you stay in France after your studies? Will you ever buy one of the cars that you have shown in your videos? Okay, will you stay in France after your studies? Definitely yes, at least for the initial few years, because the whole point of me coming all the way from India to France is to get some international exposure. I want to work in some international company, get the experience, learn how the work culture is here. So yes, for the initial few years, definitely I will be preferring to work here. Will you ever buy one of the cars that you have shown in the video? Well, hell yes, I will definitely buy one of the cars that I've shown in the video, because I'm extremely passionate about cars, and I think the question should be, when will you buy the car, not will you ever buy one of those. So yes, definitely, hopefully you guys will get to be part of this journey as well, and the sooner the better. The next question is from Joshua, and he asks, how much do you work out in a week? Full fitness vibes. Thank you, Joshua. Before I answer this question, Joshua, I should say that I'm a really big fan of your work. I totally admire your attention to details and the effort and passion that you have for filmmaking. It's incredible. Keep up the good work. Coming to the question, how much do I work out in a week? Well, I try to work out as much as possible, ideally 6 days a week. Hectic days, I'll try to spend like maybe 30 minutes for a quick run or maybe some skipping. And if I have a lot of time, I try to spend around 1.5 hours to work out. I've always been very active with sports, so I feel that it is something that I need to do. If I don't go out, if I don't exert myself physically, I kind of feel clustered. And I need to, like, you know, let it out. So ideally 6 times a week, but if I'm extremely busy, then I try to do at least 3 times a week. So the next question is from someone called Undercover Dog, and she asks, what's your MIM major / specialization? So if you're pursuing MIM at ESCP, you get the opportunity of pursuing 2 specializations. So the first specialization that I chose was consulting, research and impact studies. And it was a really nice specialization. It was very practically oriented. We had a lot of case studies, we had interactions with several different companies, and I absolutely enjoyed that specialization. And for the next specialization, I haven't really decided yet. I'm still exploring a lot of different options and still have time to make that decision. The next question is from Arvind. It's been so long, Arvind, we get. Me and Arvind, we met in German class, and he's a really nice guy. You should check out his photography page. So his question is, what are your future plans for your channel? How far do you plan to take this? Oof, okay, big question. I really don't have any big future plans for this channel. It's all going with the flow at the moment. Making videos is something that I enjoy doing, so I'm not seeing YouTube as a as a side business at the moment. I'm just doing it to improve my skills, and yes, I think sometime down the future, I think I would seriously consider doing this in a big scale, and I do need some funds in order to do that, so I don't want to completely depend on my parents for this. So I think I'm gonna take some time. I'm gonna establish myself first, and then maybe in the future invest some money on different gadgets for my YouTube channel, and then eventually grow. How far do I plan to take this? there's no like sky's the limit. I mean, why should I restrict myself to some number, you know? I'm just going with the flow, and the more the better. The more the better. There's another question from Ayush. Actually, it's not a question, it's more like an advice or suggestion. Ayush says, भाई हिंदी में भी start कर new channel या इसी पे on the topics like how to get into foreign colleges and exploring Europe. This stuff has a very big audience in Hindi. So Ayush, मैं totally agree करता हूँ तेरे idea के साथ, and it's actually a very good idea. मैंने भी इस पर थोड़ा सोचा था, and point is, इंडिया में इतने सारे ऑफिशियल लैंग्वेजेस है यार. अगर मैं अब हिंदी में वीडियोस बनाना चालू करूँ तो जो साउथ इंडिया से देख रहे हैं उन्हें कैसे समझ में आएगा, है ना? और अगर मैं अब तमिल या तेलुगु में वीडियोस बनाना चालू करूँ तो बाकी लोगों को कैसे समझ में आएगा? तो ये वाली कन्फ्यूजन को अवॉइड करने के लिए ही मैंने इंग्लिश में वीडियोस बनाना स्टार्ट किया, क्योंकि इंग्लिश काइंड ऑफ एक न्यूट्रल लैंग्वेज जैसा हो जाता है ना? और मेरा इंग्लिश मुझे लगता है कि उतना कॉम्प्लिकेटेड नहीं है. मैं बहुत सिंपल इंग्लिश में ही बात करता हूँ, एंड अगर किसी को समझ में नहीं आया और वो क्वेश्चंस पूछ रहे हैं कमेंट्स में हिंदी में, तो मैं हमेशा हिंदी में रिप्लाई करने की कोशिश करता हूँ. सो पॉइंट इज, यू आर एब्सोल्युटली राइट, ऑडियंस बहुत बड़ा है, बट टाइम भी एक बहुत बड़ा फैक्टर है. एट दिस पॉइंट मैं पढ़ाई कर रहा हूँ, एट द सेम टाइम वीडियोस बना रहा हूँ, तो मुझे भी टाइम का थोड़ा रेस्ट्रिक्शन है. एंड फुल टाइम ऐसे 2 लैंग्वेजेस में, एक ही वीडियो को 2 लैंग्वेजेस में बनाने के लिए मुझे ज़्यादा टाइम और एफर्ट डालना पड़ेगा, और एट दिस पॉइंट मेरे पास उतना टाइम नहीं है. तो मे बी सम टाइम इन द फ्यूचर, अगर ये चैनल और बड़ा हुआ और ज़्यादा सब्सक्राइबर्स आए एंड डिमांड अगर आ रहा है, तो definitely I think I will plan to expand this channel. But it's a very nice suggestion, and thank you for that idea. Okay, so there's one last question, and this question is from Varun. He says, hey Timvix, congratulations on the milestone. I hope you reach greater heights. Thank you, Varun. Asking your question in student life. I'm a fellow incoming student moving to France in August, and would like to know how your experience as an international student in France has been. Your challenges, the fun part and the not so fun part, how you dealt with French and so on. That would really help. Okay, Varun, to be honest, this is a very big question, and I feel that this question deserves a separate video by itself, and maybe in the future I will work on a video specifically addressing this question. Well, I'll still try to give you a quick brief answer here. So your challenges, well, first of all, you're coming very far from your home, and sometimes you tend to miss your home. This is a completely foreign place for you. You're not familiar with a lot of things, so that might be a challenge at some times. But most of the times it's interesting, but sometimes it becomes a challenge. So you need to be very careful about that. The next part is the fun parts. Well, the fun part for me was meeting new people and learning about cultures. It just opens up your mind like anything, and you learn so much, and that has been the best experience for me so far. The not so fun parts, well, the not so fun parts were obviously sending I don't know how many countless applications for getting an internship. That was a big struggle. It was very challenging, but mark my words, I'm not saying it's impossible. It was challenging, so you need to like put in some effort and work for that. And also communication and language, because I'm still learning French. I'm not very fluent with French. I can understand the basics, but it's still a long-term process, and sometimes when you want to communicate something, you want to like, you know, share your opinions, ideas, and you know, just have a conversation, and you're not able to do that. It's kind of frustrating and disappointing. So if you see it from a negative point of view, it's disappointing, but if you see it from a positive view, you should take it up as a challenge and strive to learn and improve, and yeah, just get better with it. So that's all for this video, guys, and thank you so much for your questions and participating in this Q&A, and I will catch up with you all in the next one. Till then, goodbye.